Jata ma'am. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, Prashant sir, you're audible. Sir, very good afternoon, sir.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Okay.
Very good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sir, shall we start the session, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shall we start, sir? Ajay, sir, shall we start? Yes. Yes, sir. Prashant, sir, we can start.
So we can start the session, I think. So welcome, dear participants.
Sir, a small technical
Okay, no
issue has
issue, no
happened,
issue.
sir. It will be in 2 minutes. It will be rectified,
Okay,
sir.
okay.
Thanks.
Can you hear me, sir? Good afternoon, sir. Myself, Prashant, sir. Sorry for the inconvenience, sir, which is caused because of some technical issue. Shall we start the session, ma'am?
Yes, sir, we can start.
The SAR permission to start this. Good afternoon, one and all. It gives me an immense pleasure to welcome all the participants to second day of this 5-day national level online PDP on writing research articles in mathematics and statistics, jointly organized by the Department of Mathematics, Little Flower Degree College, Uppal, Hyderabad, PG and Research Department of Mathematics, Auxilium College, Vellore, Tamil Nadu. This is Prashant, Head Department of Mathematics, Little Flower Degree College, Uppal, and Dr. L. Sujata, Head Department of Mathematics, PG and Research Department of College, Auxilium College, Vellore, Tamil Nadu. So I'm delighted to be host for today's session. I take this opportunity to welcome our esteemed resource person of the day, Dr. Ajay Simanthi, University of Swine Coordinator, Assistant Professor, Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences, HNB Garhwal University, Srinagar, Garhwal, Uttarakhand, on faculty and research scholars from various institutions across the pan-India. Welcome you one and all. We commence the second day, 5-day national level online program by invoking blessings of Lord. Now I invite Ms. Haripriya and Akash from Little Flower Degree College to lead us into Lord's hand. Over to you.
हमको मन की शक्ति देना, मन विजय करे, दूसरों की जय से पहले खुद को जय करे। हमको मन की शक्ति देना, भेदभाव अपने दिल से साफ कर सके, दूसरों से भूल हो तो माफ कर सके, झूठ से बचे रहे, सच कदम बरे, दूसरों की जय से पहले खुद को जय करे। हमको मन की शक्ति देना।
Prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you for the blessings you have bestowed on each one of us gathered here. You have provided us with more than we could have ever imagined. You have surrounded us with people who always look out for us. You have given us family and friends who bless us every day with kind words and actions. They lift us up in the ways that we keep our eyes focused on you and make our spirit soar. Lord, we stand before you with grateful hearts for all of your blessings in our lives. Lord, we pray for the resource person and the faculty present here, and we entrust ourselves to you for the greater glory, and always you remind us of how blessed we are, and that you will never allow us to forget to show our gratitude in prayer and returned acts of kindness. We ask this prayer in the most precious name of our Lord. Amen.
So the main aim of this 5-day national level professional development program is to enable teachers and scholars to enhance their learning skills, knowledge, and to be more aware of the changing trends and scope in writing research articles. The schedule of this 5-day program, yesterday we have done one session with fluid dynamics for the researchers. Today, Dr. Ajay Samanthi sir will talk about the nuances of research article writing. And tomorrow, Dr. Indira Pramod Kelkar, she is from Tata Consulting Services, Discon, Hyderabad. She will handle the topic mathematical molding for the researchers. And after tomorrow, Professor V.B. Haragopal sir, Usman University, he will handle about the topic applications of regression and stochastic modeling. The last day, Dr. Indira Raj Singh, professor from Savita School of Engineering, Chennai, and madam will handle the topic research problems in graph theory. So from this, now I invite Ms. Sweta from Little Flower Degree College to introduce today's resource person, Dr. Ajay sir. Over to you, Sweta.
Good afternoon, one and all. It is my honor to introduce today's speaker, Dr. Ajay Samalti. Dr. Ajay has done his M.Pharmacy, Pharmaceutics, MBA, Operations Management, PhD, Chemistry and Pharmacy, PDF, Meiji University, Nagoya, Japan. Sir was listed in today's world's top 2% scientists of pharmacy and pharmacology by Stanford University Research 2021 and 2020. He was awarded with Daiichi Foundation Postdoctoral Research Fellowship and an international award and invited by Meiji University, Nagoya, Japan, as in visiting scientist for research for the year 2011-12. Dr. Samalti had received the prestigious Research Award, a national award given every 2 years to 100 teachers for excellence in research from all over India, covering all the subjects. Sir received in pharmacy by UGC New Delhi in the year 2016 to 18. Dr. Samalti also received Young Scientist Award in 2007 by Uttarakhand Council of Science and Technology. He is also a member of the Asian Council of Science Editors, PCI APTI. Dr. Samalti is also an expert reviewer for Iceland Research Foundation Iceland, Israel Science Foundation Israel, scientific expert reprise for Ministry of Institution and University Research, Italy, DST, Government of India. Sir has a distinction of being a peer reviewer of Elsevier Books US. He is the founder of Vice President of Association of Pharmaceutical Teachers of India, APTI of Uttarakhand State Branch 2008 to 13. Visiting scientist, Faculty of Pharmacy, Meiji University, Nagoya, Japan. University Swayam Coordinator, SPOC, NPTEL, Local Chapter. Editorial Board member of various national and international reputed journals. Certified Microsoft Innovative Educator, Master Trainer, and also peer reviewer for various national and international journals of repute. Sir has delivered more than 250 lectures on OER, academic writer, and nanoparticle research, methodology, research ethics, software in research, MOOC, blended, flipped learning, research proposal writing, academic integrity, plagiarism, pharmaceutical research, industrial pharmacy, farm tech, etc. More than 11 projects was funded with 2 crores. 25 M-Pharmacy project was supervised by Sir, and many publications which include papers, scientific abstracts, chapter in books, and has 3 patents to his credit, and has developed e-content for more than 200 hours. Due to paucity of time, the numerous achievements of Dr. Samalti unfortunately could not be formally read out. Little Flower and Auxilium College welcomes you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot for the modest introduction. First of all, I would like to extend my gratitude to the entire team, organizing team of this wonderful workshop on writing research articles in mathematics and statistics. Both the Department of Mathematics, Little Flower Degree College, and the Auxilium College, I warmly acknowledge your efforts to come up with this kind of workshop. I humbly thanks, first of all, the Professor Sujata for the kind invitation and connecting with me for that thing. And it's my, I always catch opportunity to interact with our fellow faculty members as well as the scholars and the students. As far as the particular demand of the topic is concerned, as you have selected, what you have planned for our scholars, faculty members, friends, academic writing, research article writing is the demand of the era. Our growth in academia is governed by our teaching and research both. And research is a kind of that sharp edge which is being provided by the research in your teaching and learning. So, in my deliberation, in my discussion, I would like to focus why we should write the research article first. That what are the major components which you should learn, which we should learn, but it is not possible to cover all the aspects in a particular lecture. So my first part will be devoted to the what kind of skills you should learn, number one. Number two, then we will be discussing some of the tips and tricks or some of the major things which we can do as the part, as like nuances. So with this thought, let me start my presentation, and I'm just sharing my presentation with all of you in screen sharing. I think you will be able, and if anytime if I get disconnected, please do let me know by calling me. Okay. Now friends, nuances of research article writing. Myself, Dr. Ajay Samalti from Gadwal University. So, welcome from our university, HNB Gadwal University. That's a beautiful university located in the lap of Himalayas. When you move from Rishikesh to Badrinath, it's in the midway, you will find this central university. Friends, we the teachers are always aspiring for becoming a guru. Our Upanishad, I was, fortunately, I would like to quote that I attended my very first orientation program in University of Hyderabad. Professor IVC Rao was there. He was there for a lecture. So he told us, there are Navalakshana, the character, communicator, personality, moral courage, faith in his own views, memory, writer, humble, enthusiastic, curious. Yes, the character is the topmost quality. Then we should inculcate the things, and especially when we are sitting here to sharpen our writing skills, research article writing skills. Okay. So let's try one by one at it. In each and every of my lecture, whenever I'm discussing anything with my fellow teachers, fellow faculty members, I always quote this thing that yes, we must aspire for becoming a guru with full humbleness. Friends, academic writing, it can change the history. It has got the almighty power. It can change the generations. Whatever is written in history
Actually, we are seeing that history in the by the eyes of that fellow who has written. That's why I say whatever is written, it can change the history. So by writing, we can change the history of science. When we are writing, especially in the era, when we are sitting in the era of STEM, where mathematics is one of the 4 pillars. And we have got that responsibility. First trait of academic writing or any kind of article writing you are doing is the clarity. You must be clear in communicating your idea to the reader. We must present the entire thing in full completeness. We can't keep on giving the chunks or leaving abruptly a particular story, a particular article. Logic must be there. Without logic, you can't write anything. Technicality, technical terms of that thing, sequencing, what is coming after what point, which point you have to introduce a new aspect, unambiguity, the clarity and ambiguity. There is no place of ambiguity in academic writing. And reader friendliness, obviously, whenever an article is written, it is not written for ourselves, it is written for readers. So readers must find themselves very comfortable when they are writing, when they are reading or going through that research article. It is very much important that we learn academic writing on time. What is happening that most of us don't understand the requirement of academic writing in time. And what is going to happen that it is delaying our professional growth and demotivating us. Writing wrong or making mistake in academic writing is considered as ethical crime. What has happened? It's for generations we have wrapped the academic writing in mystery. This must change. What is happening that if we are feeling that okay, we have got some problem in academic writing or some writing, so it is not like that we are unfit for the profession. It is not some secret sign of unworthiness or inaptitude. It is nothing to be ashamed of. First of all, that moment of inertia must be overcome. वो झिझक मिटानी पड़ेगी, चीजों को आगे आना पड़ेगा, हमें हेल्प के लिए मांगना पड़ेगा. Let's admit and ask for help. First thing is ask for help. What I feel that might be some seniors who are very well versed with the academic writing, have got a very wonderful paper. They might either not having the time or don't want to share the things. But I think, but I'm hopeful, at least I can start the journey. And hope you will be starting the journey by sharing the things, whatever you know. Friends, अगर बात करें academic writing का, academic writing starts from critical thinking and reading. Language is one of the major aspects, rational, logical, cohesiveness, and the reader friendliness. These are the 4 major components of academic writing or research article writing. We'll be seeing them in little bit detail in coming slides. When we are writing, when we first critically read, we collect the knowledge, then we think critically, we prepare after doing the research, we prepare the first draft, go on multiple revisions of the draft, and finally we proofread that thing and finalize the idea. That is the gross flow section in research article writing. So friends, the different stakeholders of academia have got the different needs. Students have different needs, teachers have different needs, institutions have different needs. We, the beneficiaries, academicians, students, researchers, institutions, these are the 4 major institutions. But I would like, before commencing on a core domain or commencing the core discussion, I would like to focus that in Indian context, the Tom, Dick and Harry kind of journals, they have affected the credibility of Indian research globally. What is happening? That to get promotions, to get more and more academic performance indicator points, API points. Researchers are just publishing for numbers. If you apply for the IITs now, you will see that they don't ask for all the papers. They just ask you, they will just ask you the SCI index articles which are indexed in SCI. The time is changing. Don't fall in the trap of the TDA journal. The first takeaway of very first section of my discussion is don't fall in the trap of TDA journals just to increase the numbers. Publishing in these substandard journals, it may be disgraceful for you and your institution. Just be honest in academic writing. The first section ka, what is the takeaway message? Honesty in academic writing, honesty in research article writing. That is the first character. We must preserve the character with all our efforts. The academic integrity we must preserve. Now, if we're talking about, now coming to the next part of our discussion, publications. What do you need to know? What, how, where, when? So many questions. We are confused, full of questions. What do you need to know? Just think for a while, 30 seconds. You just think that if you are going to plan an article, you are going to write a research article, what are the skills you need? Or what are the major skills in which you are lacking? Just point out. Just think. 5-10 points, 5-10 things. Now let me summarize or give that those points which you must know, the things to know. First, academic English. I don't tell it English. I mention it by the name academic English. Why? Because English in academic writing is unique and it is different from the spoken English and other things. And even the foreigners in the Western world who are the native speakers of English, they are also non-native for academic English. You must not have the fear of that language. Effective English is just the simplicity, clarity, conciseness, reader friendliness, free of errors, voices, styles. These are the major components. It's not a rocket science to write effectively in English. Simplicity is the key. Writing in the short sentences. We are not the, if you read the English newspaper like Hindu, Times of India, so they are starting a sentence and their sentence is ending in the one para. A long sentence. We don't require to make these kind of sentences in a research article. Simplicity is the key. But we have to practice that academic English, to be very honest, to have a good command. Now, plagiarism is the second aspect. We must know what is the concept, types, consequences, detection, and avoiding. So what is plagiarism? I'm not going to detail. It's a fully, entirely a different domain or a complete domain which needs full discussion. But yes, if you are going for the copy pasting, your students, you can catch the copy paste. This issue is plagiarism. When we are not giving attributes to an intellectual property, we are copying some figures, data. So we must know what is plagiarism. So this regulation, I have shared a link, a bunch of links with Sujata ma'am. So she will be sharing those links with you, and in that particular link, a particular link is there on UGC's rules on academic integrity and prevention of plagiarism in higher educational regulation 2018. Please do read this and also give this for reading to your research scholars, students. You must know that what may be the consequences of doing these unethical things. So learn concept, types, consequences, how to detect it and how to avoid it. Comes under this. Plagiarism is a part of academic integrity. When we're talking about the and academic integrity, the scope. Plagiarism is one of the part, one of the component of that. Second thing is getting resources. What we have to do when we are going for research, your sound literature review is the basis of your research. You are going to search the prospective topic. So that's why you are going to search for the related body of knowledge. You keep on brainstorming with that literature review. That is most important. Friends, literature review is very, very important. What we are dealing with. What kind of sources you are referring to? How we can search the various databases, the methods, how to organize this literature review, how to identify the research gap, how to deduce the origin, how to deduce the idea, go for the origin of idea, and presenting the aim or objectives. This literature review does for. But literature review, initially it seems very easy, but it's a challenging task and continuous task in your entire research journey. The third part is major types of writing. There are so many types of writing: review, research, thesis, conference, abstract, conference paper, book chapters, books, research proposal, digital writing, OER development. Depending on the need, go for the writing. Open educational resources are available for you to help. With this, I have also shared a bunch of links of some softwares and important links. One is tiny.cc links by Simulty, and there is a tiny bunch of links like Math Magic, if you might be using. The wonderful tool you can use. So open educational resources are free, providing all the educational material free of cost, freely available on various virtual platforms. Coursera, edX, YouTube, but even if you go for the YouTube, you want to learn from the professors of MIT sitting over here, yes, go to the MIT's YouTube channel, Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Go to the relevant playlist, relevant video. You will enjoy learning from the professor of mathematics sitting over there. But this is the beauty. You must excel the thing. This is the link of my channel, YouTube channel, which is dedicated to only teaching and learning. And lot many lectures are available there. And this link is also available in that particular link which we have shared. Next component is targeting journals. That is utmost important aspect. What are the journal metrics? We must know, भैया impact factor क्या होता है? What do you mean by impact factor? What is site score? What is SNP, SJR? These are the metrics. If we know these metrics, we can select a suitable journal for submitting our manuscript. We can follow a particular author who is having a good H index. Now, what does the H index mean? Will anyone be able to tell me H index? Friends, please let me know. बताएं भाई, H index. पढ़ा क्या H index? Have you gone through? What do you mean by H index? It's a simple term. If you have gone through the Google Scholar profile of persons, you will find the H index. Any participants who can let me know what does the H index mean? बताएं भाई. N number of papers cited, N number of times. If you have 2 papers and they have been cited twice, then your H index is 2. If you have 2 papers, you have published 2 papers and they have been cited 20 times, even then their H index will be 2 only. So H index is actually the combination of number of papers and number of citations. So a researcher's credibility is measured by H index. If a person's H index is high enough means you are having a teaching experience of 10 years maybe. But your H index is 16. It means you are a wonderful researcher, especially in the STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, biomedical, the H index holds true. You must have the minimum H index. Scan करना. अलग-अलग. So you must have a minimum H index which is equivalent to your years of experience in academia. It means you are a successful researcher. If it is less than that, then you are a below average researcher. If it is more than that, then you are an extraordinary researcher. This is it. And this term is coined by a physicist, John Hurst. On his name only, this H index has been coined. And why? What is the importance? If I'm working on a particular theorem or particular part of a problem, statistical analysis part, maybe for population dynamics, I will see that who is the author, who is the researcher who has got the maximum H index or the H index having a good H index, whose CV I can see from their profile and see where they are publishing. The people who are doing the relevant or similar research, where they are publishing. So I will select not just Tom, Dick and Harry I will follow. I will follow the persons who will be having good H index. So H index is an indirect criteria that whom to follow and whom to target for following. By that, I will get at least the name of the journals without any big search or targeting aspects. भाई पता चल जाएगा ना कि कहां पर आपको पेपर भेजने का है. पहला समस्या तो यही है. The rejection come only because we don't know the level of paper, level of journals. And when our work is not matching with the level of journals, the problem arises. So going back to the remaining part further. So before writing, we must plan where to send. So what are the other major domains? Dealing with the submission and post-submission, team collaborations, the tuning between the research scholar and the supervisor, time and team management. These are the things which we must know. So try to grab these skills. So I'm moving directly and jumping to that core part of our discussion, that is nuances of academic writing. Now, we will discuss that when to write, when, what, how about the writing. Okay. Now, what are the basic rules? You must have the rationality. So whatever you are doing must have a rationale. Why you are doing it? You must plan on time. We must target a journal wisely. We must choose the right type of article. Always you are not writing a full research article. You can write some mini research article. Short communication, letter to the editor. Depending on the requirement, you can choose. Make several drafts. Avoid typo and language errors. Journals format. Just go through the author's guidelines strictly, even down to the level of commas. Revise, recheck, and then address the reviewer comment effectively. Then only you will get a paper. So these are some of the basic rules which we must stick. In pe humko jana hai. We have to learn these things, Baba. Now, one by one, try to learn these things. First is have rationality. If you have the people who are in sciences, if you want to go for patenting, go for the patent preferably, not for publishing. In earlier days, it was publish or perish. Now it is patent, publish or perish. Rather than going for just publishing, if you have some inventive thing which can be patented, for which you can get the intellectual property, you must go for that patent. Novelty of the work. how much novel is your, what new thing you are doing. घिसा पिटा चीज को करके कुछ नहीं मिलने वाला. You won't get anything by doing the repeated kind of thing which are well known in your field of work. It is important that we must know that what is the new contribution we are giving to the state of knowledge. What contribution we are making. That knowledge domain must start writing early. One of the key areas is when we're trying to skip. Skipping karte hai na, we just jump a little bit earlier than the before the rope is coming. Fractions of seconds. It holds true for writing early. Whenever you are doing your research only in the lab work or whatever in initial stages, just after 6-7 months, you should start writing. At least preliminary result must be reported on time. After you have done your literature review, you can go for the review writing, and you must go so that up to the end of work, or if you are a faculty member, you have already done the PhD, no issue. When you're going into the domain of a research, we must go for review writing first so that we can understand the particular thing. And generally, review writing is done by the experts of that particular field, but it gives an essence of comfort, that comfort, level of comfort we receive. It gives you the entire knowledge of that particular field. Plan the outline on time. It is utmost essential that we draw a ream that, okay, we will cover this thing in this particular paper. That outline we must draw. And for deciding where to publish, we check 3 factors of a journal. Impact. What kind of aura, what kind of impact it is having, what kind of speed the journal is having. Speed means how early your paper is being published or accepted. And how many people, how many readers are reading your article, that reach. So impact, speed, and reach. This is by Elsewhere. Elsewhere gives these aspects, and it is very universal one. And this choice is your strength. You want to get published in high impact, 5, 6, 7, then you will have to certainly compromise with speed and reach aspect. It means you can't expect early publication in high impact journal, and reach will also be limited. If you want to have a good reach, it is not mandatory. It is very typical to get impact, speed and reach aspect in a single journal. तो ऐसा जर्नल देखने का है जो अपने रिक्वायरमेंट पे फिट बैठता है. आज मुझे जल्दी पेपर चाहिए. I need a paper quite early. It might not have a high impact, but at least it's having a good indexing. Okay, that's wonderful. At least you are getting it in a within time frame required. So there is no thumb rule of selection of a journal. It depends on your choice, your expectations, on the basis of these 3 factors: impact, speed, and reach. Assess your work wisely. Friends, never ever either overestimate or underestimate your work. I can't keep on sending my paper on the highest impact factor of my field, the journal which is having the highest impact factor. Baba, I should know that what is the paper, what is the level of my paper which I have written, but the kind of work I have done. Neither overestimate nor underestimate your work, and that match with the quality of the journal, with your work. Target quality journals or journals with good impact or index. Because this is going to count in your CV. This is going to give you the credibility as a researcher. You must match with the scope of the journal. That otherwise, it's just like playing with the tiger. Your article will be rejected certainly if you are trying to go for high impact journal and your relevant area is different, or your work is not up to that mark. You will get the rejection immediately. See article processing charges, APC or publishing charges. Sometimes we send the manuscript casually, and it is said that, oh, you submit, it is accepted, but you have to submit $1,000, $1,200. My pocket is empty. It's better I see it in advance. I'm not saying that every journal which is asking for money is back. Many top journals, for open access, they ask for providing your article in free full text. They ask for the money. They ask the money for that purpose. So if you have the funds, you can go for that, but decide it earlier that whether you are having the money in the pocket for APC. Target a journal which takes less time for the same, for publishing. There might be various factors. The simplest one is frequency. If a journal is publishing monthly, obviously it has got the higher chances of acceptance as compared to a journal which is publishing once in a year or quarterly or bi-monthly. With this, I can have an idea that yes, how I should proceed. We must choose the type of article. You can't write a full-length research article, as I already mentioned. In initial, when you are going for reporting the preliminary result of your work, you can go for short communication. Rapid communication, letter to the editor, there are the different subtypes. Now let us discuss drafting a manuscript. A tight or well-defined outline of the article helps a lot in the drafting the manuscript. First fundamental is you just stick to the author's guidelines while drafting the manuscript. Either British or American English we adopt. We must avoid the typo and grammatical errors. These are there are softwares available. There are applications available, like Grammarly is available. You can have plugins attached with your email or browser or your work. You can get it corrected automatically. Simple and reader-friendly language with good clarity must be there. We must maintain a systematic flow in writing and presenting information. We can't talk here and there. Attributions, referencing is utmost important to avoid the plagiarism as well as to give due credit to the original creator or original resource. We must avoid the plagiarism. भैया कॉपी पेस्ट करके पेपर नहीं छापना. Do not copy. Plan a precise aim, split it into the objectives. You are having a one single line aim. You can split it into the objectives. Then tell what methods were adopted for getting the results and then discuss them properly. So this was the gross draft preparation techniques. Okay, simple statements I would like to say. Now moving to the individual component of a research article. Number one is title. Believe me, plan it at last. Why? Because with the passage of time, you add something, you delete something from your research article. So it may be similar as you planned earlier. What you must keep in mind, it should be simple, catchy, reader-friendly, suitable for the journal, representative of your work. And for that, you can go for searching the related articles, what kind of title they are having. Title attracts the reader. Then, if it is representative one, the more and more readers are going to refer your article. Then the purpose of your research article for disseminating that entire work is actually fulfilled. Now, authorship. Only persons who have given the actual contribution in planning, designing, execution, completion, and drafting of study should be given authorship. Our non-teaching staff members, my favorite non-teaching staff member, always place a glass, or always never ever forget bringing coffee for me. यार आज उसका नाम डाल देता हूँ. My promotion is due. Let's put the name of the head, name of the dean, name of the vice chancellor. These kind of things must not be done. Have a spine. Never ever neither receive nor give gift authorship, or authorship giving for obliging someone you must not practice. It is not the place for grazing. So we must not use the authorship for grazing, because grazing is not included in the academic integrity. It is not it should not be in the domain whenever we are going for the research article preparation. Okay, we can't use it. Focus every component of an article. Affiliation. Apart from your institutional address, give email which you use more frequently rather than one which you do not use normally. Because you are going to get communication from the journal. Now abstract. In drafting stage, you should plan the abstract after the completion of the paper. Just like title. You can have it structured, means we need headings like objective, or result, analysis, result, discussion, conclusion. If it is in headings, it is called structured. If it is not having any heading, just running, it is called unstructured. Generally 300, 500 words. And always write in Word files and then paste on the platform of submission platform. Don't write in the submission platform directly. That when you are trying to submit the manuscript in a particular online platform. Friends, focus every component of an article. Keywords. Select the keywords which are not in the title. Keyword are the things which is giving you the chances of being cited or chances of being read by a researcher. For that, you will have to put some taggings, like you do the hashtag, like kind of thing. The other keywords are like hashtagging the article. Use it smartly. Now the IMRAD is the standard format for STEM research articles. For science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. We know very well what does the introduction mean, material method, result, discussion, conclusion, acknowledgement, reference, and infographics. Not going into detail. We know that which part is for what purpose. Let's talk about the introduction. Now, what we are doing here, we are trying to define the problem. What is the problem? What is my hypothesis? I will give it with little background, origin of idea, logically, sequentially, systematically. I will introduce my problem and will give my hypothesis. What is the thing to be focused? Rationality of your work. Why you are doing it? What is the problem in that particular topic? What is the problem? You must give proper citation to latest and important previous studies. बहुत ज्यादा old reference पे को cite नहीं करना है until they are indispensable or they are must to discuss or they are pioneer. At the end of introduction, 3-4 lines must be there, which is indicating that what has been covered in this paper. This is on the basis of a hypothesis. You are saying that you have done this thing and this paper talks about this. This is the introduction. Believe me, you must not write more than 2 pages in introduction. And that to try to condense up to 1.5 pages. However, this length may vary from journal to journal. Materials and methods. Try to answer how you did it. How the problem was studied. following the hypothesis. कैसे किया वो काम? Discuss the methodology logically and in concise way. लंबा चौड़ा नहीं लिखेंगे, लंबा कहानी नहीं लिखेंगे. Because the methodologies, if they are well established, they don't require any elaboration. If you have done something, modified some established technique, established method, then only discuss them. Otherwise not. What is the outcome? When you are talking about the result, now you discuss the outcome of whatever you have done. The problem treatment part you are discussing. This section provides the evidence that leads to the answers of the study to the question you pose at the start. भैया क्या question किया था? What are the kind of answers you have brought? What are the things you have got after the treatment of the problem? Guide the reader with the help of text, table, figure, like infographics we tell. And without any biasness, don't show any biasness towards a particular kind of result or particular way. Don't exaggerate. Don't be afraid of reporting negative result. Even something negative is coming, just report it. There are the journals even which are devoted to the negative results. Reporting of negative results. Reporting in paradox. In sciences, it is very common, or pharmacology, or you can say biomedical sciences. You may see some phenomena happening or something happening which is against the normal course of action of a phenomena. That this is called paradox. This must be reported. This ऐसा नहीं कि भैया अरे छोड़ो समझ में नहीं आया बोला छोड़ दो उसको. No, don't leave it. Negative result, paradox, they must be reported. Nobody knows. You are giving a seed to the future research, future innovation. Statistics, at the most important aspect of each and every research article. We must learn the statistics. But I tell you are mathematics and statistics people that you should know in totality. But what I tell my fellow researchers, that if you're working in a particular field and this is kind of 2-3 kind of statistics are relevant to you only, then just learn those only. You must learn on the need to know basis that what are your requirements. Otherwise, you know that statistics is itself a big and huge topic, huge subject, huge science. Don't repeat the text in figure or table or vice versa. Cite the table or figure in text. You must pinpoint that table 1. In bracket, you are writing the text that yes, this table 1 will go there. That is called text citation. People do. I'm telling this small thing because people do the mistake. Researchers do the mistake. They forget citing the table. टेबल तो बना दिया पर ये नहीं बताया कि टेबल जाना कहां पर है, लगना किधर पर है, कहां पर आएगा. मेक द टेबल फिगर जो भी आप कर रहे हैं, it must be self-explanatory with suitable legends or footnotes. You're adding some story that so that if a person is observing the table or the figure, he should not be required to refer to the text for that. It should be self-explanatory. Okay. Equation and special character. You, the mathematics people, you know the importance of equation and special characters. Why I'm telling you that alpha, beta, gamma, theta, eta. When you are copying it from PDF to Word, sometimes they just change. Micron is just mentioned as U. So always use MS equations or math magic as I have mentioned. Microsoft equation, you must write all the equation in the MS equation, so that the font change and other things don't happen and their location is not changed. Now coming to the discussion part, भाई result आ गया, आया कैसे, how you are correlating it, whether how it is contradicting with the previous studies, how it is supporting the previous studies. Sometimes it may be join to the result. That then they may be result and discussion, or result discussion may be a separate part. They may be separate entity. Take the result one by one, discuss them, and discuss the result in light of the existing knowledge. Don't talk here and there. Pinpoint with respect to your aim and objectives. Be critical. We can't sing a song जो तुमको पसंद वही बात कहेंगे. You know, we have to be very, very critical. Even you have to be self-critical sometimes. If you are getting some negative results, never ever be biased. Discuss the result with clarity and reader friendliness. And references must be used freely in discussion section to support discussion. And remember, friends, discussion is the section which decides the fate of your article by the peer reviewer. Reviewer checks this very effectively. Now moving to the conclusion part. Now, concise manner, conclude your study. Just not copy it from abstracts. And the future direction also. You can put some lines on future direction. However, it is almost everywhere. It is not more than one pair or 3-4 lines. You must be very, very specific when you are writing the conclusion. Now, I'm talking about the acknowledgement. Who helped you and supported you, but not eligible to be author on merit. They must be acknowledged. They can be acknowledged. Project grant is the first thing which must be acknowledged. If you have got some grant by funding agency, give samples or some book, some software, some services, free services, analytical or other service providers, logistic support, but never use it for section of grade. You know, you are writing, I'm writing in the writing a paper, sitting in the auxilium college, and I'm acknowledging my principal, head of the department, and of the vice chancellor maybe. There's no use. This is not a professional practice. So we must not use this section for grazing. Okay. Do not acknowledge senior authors and direct stakeholders like department, principal, head, etc. This I clarified. Okay. Reference. Stick to uniform formatting and style as prescribed by the journal. References are very much important. They must be as per the guidelines. You can't keep on increasing the number only. Just as per the requirement, they must be there. You must spell the author's name appropriately. You never know. He or she may be one of the reviewers. And believe me, none want his or her name printed wrong. Don't miss the pioneer of that particular field or most cited or most downloaded article, most important, most relevant study of your work. Do not forget to cite the latest references. And there must be a balance of the references. You know, you can't have out of your 20 references in an article, you have taken one reference for 2021, no reference for 2022, one reference for 2015, and then rest of the references are 2001 and back. This is not a well balanced. So limit the reference and have a balance. However, review articles may have a lot of articles, a lot of references. Now moving to the editing and revising. Make major alterations, polish the styles, ask your team members to revise it. It's an ongoing process. ऐसा नहीं है कि एक बार लिखा. But best strategy is you have started an article, write on a first draft, then leave it for a day, not for weeks. Then come back again, then write or go for revising the manuscript. This will trigger newer ideas on different settings. Get the feedback from your team members, co-authors, allow them to check the complete manuscript. Take the suggestions when everyone is satisfied with respect to even to the document's consistency, text consistency, page breaks, figure number, table number, text citation, all these things must be very precisely checked. Once you have done all these exercises, identify what is the mode of submission. Now, most of the time, it is online nowadays. Remember one thing. Always write the manuscript sections in the Word file first and then copy paste it. Never ever write directly on the manuscript submission portal. If you will practice it, you will reduce the chances of errors. Prepare a very good cover letter in a professional way, and it must have one para or 2 lines indicating the suitability of your article for the journal. Prepare a copyright statement or copyright document, get it signed, scanned, etc. Submit and upload the manuscript with all other file formats in the file format required. If it is required in PDF, then only PDF should be there. All portals accept Word as well as the PDF. If they require figure in different files, JPG, PNG, then give individual figure in different files. Now, if you are lucky enough, you have got some reviewer comments there. So address the reviewer comment point to point. Understand that what went wrong. But kya galat hua? Kya gadbad ho gaya? Write a good rebuttal letter, response letter. One by one, you should not skip not even a single query by a reviewer. There may be 2 or 3 reviewers. You must address all the points by all the reviewers. Assertively, professionally, humbly. Sometimes the language of reviewer may be invading, but you must not invade. You must not echo the same feeling. Professionally, you can derive even the suggestions humbly. If he or she has written that you should do this thing, you would have done this thing. Okay, sir, I humbly accept your suggestion, and I would like to. I will certainly be adapting your advice in my future work in continuity of this particular paper. It means whatever you have done, you are not going to do anything more. Okay. So be alert on submission of revised manuscript deadline, because revised manuscript is to be submitted in a particular time frame. Be on time to return the sent of final version, receipt for this final checking, proofreading once your article is accepted. You enjoy. Many times, many journals give the acceptance, and from acceptance to publishing, a lot of gap is there. So you must be vigilant that when your article is coming for the proofreading, because most of the time proofreading gives you only a time of 24 hours or 48 minutes. Again, check typo errors, consistency of text. Sometimes because the people sitting over there in the desk, they may, because they are not scientific people, they may put para number 4 after para number 1. And so on. Tables, figures, they may be jumbled. So final PDF version should be checked for consistency and accuracy. With this thought, अब हम conclude करेंगे कि yes, you can enjoy that. Yes, you have got your paper. You can share. You must share your articles within as many. Remember to respect the intellectual property rights, to respect the copyright which you have signed. If you have signed the copyright and it doesn't allow you to share the PDF version in the social media, never ever do it. You can share the finally accepted version, no issue. And if you are allowed by that, you are having the copyright clearance, then you can share it. These are the things we must know, because many times people are just sharing it in the complete article in the social media platform. That is wrong technically, because you are violating the copyright. So I welcome you all in the academic writing online course, which I am running at the Government of India's platform. And before we end up, I would like to show you, and then before I open up the session for the question and answer, I'm again giving you a little bit of most of the links. All the links have been given to you. This is my course, Academic Writing, which is running on 7th cycle, has been done with a promise to trigger an excellent academic writer in you. More than, I was counting, it is more than 70,000 learners have already joined us from 150 countries around. So Dr. Mona Similty and Professor Rajat Agrawal are with us. We conduct live webinars very frequently. This is my team. As I told you, Professor Rajat Agrawal from IIT Roorkee and Dr. Mona Similty, our team member. We have got national and international recognition. We have been in #1 in India and we were declared by the Ministry of Education with this credential. So this is my channel. You are most welcome to join and enjoy the lectures there, which are freely available for academic purposes. This is my book, which we have recently published last year with a huge response, overwhelming response we have got for the book, Academic Writing. We have already shared the link in that particular link. You can have a copy of yours with, I think, 20% discount directly being given by the publisher nowadays. So all the aspects of academic writing with multidisciplinary approach have been given, with research and publication ethics included. Paper, thesis, book, grant writing, etc. have been covered. Another online course on industrial pharmacy, which we have prepared. Just moving ahead. Yeah, academic writing lectures. This is the playlist which we have already shared there in the tiny.cc links by Similty. SWAYAM, you want to learn about the SWAYAM online courses, open educational resources. Some Arpit course I have also contributed as thesis writing, general metrics, author metrics. These videos are also available in the YouTube, and the playlist is here. We have also prepared 4 online courses, that online course materials for 4 subjects of pharmacy during the lockdown, and around 124 lectures we have prepared. This is wonderful thing. मैं आपका ध्यान चाहूंगा यहाँ पर. I would like to have your attention that this is my podcasting service, podcast channel I am having, audio podcast, or complete course is there in the form of podcast, bit.w AW podcast Similty. This link is also available there. Okay, tiny.cc AW podcast Similty and bit.do / AW podcast Similty. So you can enjoy the audio lectures of the entire academic time. This is my academic contribution for the research fraternity. I have the presence in the Pharma State Academy private EdTech platform with the various free as well as some paid courses like polymers, spread academic writing, research proposal writing. And one course I have also shared, which is freely available in Pharma State. I've shared with Sujata ma'am. She'll be sharing the thing with you, which is a very useful course for you. Just 47 minutes or I think 1 hour course is there. Video is available there. So please do it and generate the certificates and share with your organizing team of Sujata ma'am that yes, you have done it. So friends, the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. And it's always not easy job. It's not an easy job to do research in the current scenario where the funds are very less, where the academic duties are, you are burdened with the academic duties. But just friends, preserve the character. My last message is Vratam yatnen sarakshet vittamet chayati cha akshino vittata akshino vratastastu hato hata. It means we must preserve our character with all your integrity, because money comes and goes. The person who is not having money is not ruined, but the person without the character is ruined completely. Thanks a lot to UGC, CEC, Ministry of Education. And I humbly invite you to academic writing, because this time the cycle is almost over. So I invite you for the coming cycle. Questions, please. Thank you. Thanks for your patience and caring.
Thank you, sir. You have given in detail explanation about the nuance in research article writing, academic research writing, and not only that, you have given a lot of information about this. Can you hear?
Yes, sir.
So, anyone who's having any query, please do unmute and ask.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir. Prashant, sir, we can hear you.
Bole?
Yeah, 1 second.
Sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. Your explanation about the complete about the nuances. So thank you, Sujata ma'am. We are proud to have such a great personality in our midst. And you have explored almost all for the beginners as well as the those who are in the research. What are the opportunities, like where they present and how to search, what are the H-index. Not only that, everything you explained very clearly. Thank you, sir. So from this, from audience and participants, any queries and questions, please post in the chat box or directly you can unmute and you can ask, sir.
The links have been shared to you, and with
Sir,
all the
can I have one
participants,
question,
please
sir?
enjoy them.
Can I have one question?
Yeah, please. Bole. Ji. Yes, please.
Yeah, right, sir. So actually, we have some like generals. We will sending our research article to the generals. Some are paid generals, some are not paid generals, sir. So like, what are the paid generals and not paid generals? How do we come to know that information? From where we will get, sir? Elsewhere in Scopus, Sage publication, some of these generals are there. So we have written one article. So if you want to post that one, like, can you guide us that regarding?
Yeah. Actually, to be very true, if I say in my case itself, I think more than 90 papers I have published.
Yes, sir.
Not even a single penny I haven't spent. I haven't spent even a single penny for publishing any article.
Okay.
And now there are the quality journals available which publish your article without any money. Just you have to wait around 3-4 months, not years. Waiting means 3-4 months. But if a journal is giving you an answer in 24 hours, 48 hours, 1 week, then you must be skeptical about that journal. Because peer reviewers, when the elsewhere Springer, when I'm in around 2 dozens of art journals, I'm in editorial board, in the reviewer boards and all that. And I accept only the manuscripts which are relevant to me, and even the manuscript which is relevant to me, I get the time even to click accept for reviewing. I take around 1 week or 2 week minimum. So how can you expect that you will get the answer of peer reviewing in 1 week or 1 day and 2 days? Be ready to wait for 2-3 months at least. Have patience, that much patience we must have. 3-4 months. Generally, all the standard journals give you the answers in 3 months, 4 months max. If it is not giving you the answer, go for reminding, humble reminders. And you will have an idea that how much time a journal is taking by going through the article that it is mentioned there, accepted on, received on, accepted on, revised on, etc., etc. You can have an idea. And that if you go for 2 things, journal finder, elsewhere journal finder, many publishers have different algorithm based things. Elsewhere gives journal finder. If you type journal finder in Google or journal suggester, it is by Springer. You just put your abstract, title, keywords, and area of search. You click submit, just abstract you have pasted. So it will give you the target journals with all the information put together, that what is the impact factor, what is the acceptance rate, what is the, that all things, what is the speed, acceptance rate, how much time it takes. With all these things, you will get the information. But never ever go for the topmost journal. So assess your work. So that where you can start with this 0.5, 0.2, 0.2. I think mathematics is quite okay. So in pharmacy also, we want, it is next to impossible to have a very high impact journal. If it is high impact journal is there, our work is not eligible to be submitted there. We are not working on that much standard. So even we are published at 0.5, 1, 2, we are happy with that. 5, 6. So it depends on subject to subject. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Any participants, do you have any queries and question? Please ask. Otherwise, you can post in the chat box.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, first of all, I should thank you for a crystal clear explanation about how to prepare a good research article. Sir, you said that we have to seek a journal with a good impact and indexing. I have seen one journal, sir. In the indexing and abstract, it is given that Emerging Sources Citation Index, Web of Science. I want to know whether that journal comes under Web of Science.
No, we can have a double check from either on the Web of Science listing, master journal list is there. You go to the Web of Science master journal list, you put the name of the journal, you must confirm from that indexing agency itself. It should not be like that, I am the PA of the US president. I am saying, confirm it from the authorities. So confirm the indexing from the indexing agency's website. Don't listen to or don't believe in the journal's website. Just cross-check it. And you can also have a good cross-check with the UGC Care website, where you can have an idea that whether the journal is okay or not. But there are 2 categories of journals there. Now UGC Care, it was 4 categories. Now there are only 2 categories. That one category belongs to the journals which are approved by the UGC. They are called UGC approved journals. And second category belongs to Web of Science and Scopus index journals. So these journals which are indexed in Scopus and Web of Science, they are automatically approved by UGC. So what I suggest, rather than going for the UGC Care list of approved journals which have been approved by UGC, we should go for the SCI and Scopus index journals only. Because in that scene, you will be safe. Because the UGC approved journals, there are IRM, GIRM kind of thing. They are coming and going. So because they are kicked out based on some complaints or based on their practices, we can't rely on these tutor-porter journals. They're Tom, Dick, and Harry journals. So I better suggest that don't go if you don't go, if you are not planning or if you are not having that particular research work which is capable of being published in the high impact, at least publish in the good index, good journals with good indexing. Because once they are indexed in Web of Science or Scopus, they have the chance to get the impact factor soon. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years after, it may have the impact factor and your CV will be boosted. So always bet on a good horse. That is the thing, and give justice to your work. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Sir, you said about H index. What is the I10 index, sir?
I10 is the immediacy index, that how your 10 papers, how every 10 papers are being cited. The pattern is there. Basically, it is showing you that in same year, how you are in that particular year. I will show you rather that you can very easily get the things there in the, yeah. I think you can see here. Yeah. If you go to the scholar, simply, if you can see here, yeah. Say for example, this is the profile. If you can have the name of a person, any person, and this is the way you can see that I10 index is the number of publications with at least 10 citations. Now, what are the number of publications which are having at least 10 citations? And this is the, like say for 37 means my 37 papers are having at least 10 citations. while the H index is number of papers cited number of times. It is the largest number of such number of papers and such number of papers that have been cited n number of times. So H citations, H number of papers cited H number of times, 26. This way, and this H index you can find for Google Scholar in the Google Scholar, Web of Science Scopus 3. But Web of Science Scopus, you can have you can't see in the Web of Science. But in Scopus author preview, you can see. Google Scholar profile is always higher than the Scopus profile because Scopus has a limited bank, you can say limited journals list or to which they are tracking. So obviously, if my H index is, I think, in 26 in the Scholar, it won't be more than 20 in Scopus. I think 19 or 20 is my H index in Scopus. But Scopus is giving you because Scholar profile is not actual indicator of the expertise of a person. It is always higher, very much higher. If you really want to go for that, you can go also see the Web of Science and Scopus index, Scopus H index. This gives the quite rigorous picture. Okay. And they are also excluding the Scopus H index is also excluding self-references, self-citation. So that's why they're very, however, for a crude, we can go for the H index and we can see the profile, as I told you, that if you are the person who is working in my field, I will see your profile and see where you have published. So I can have an idea without any hitch or without any long exercise. I can select the journal where I should publish. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Any questions? Thank you, sir. Thank you for patience of answering all questions. So we shall be delighted with your presence for the rest of the sessions also. We have come to the end of the second day of this 5-day national level online PDP program, and we would like to express our gratitude to resource person of today's session and our esteemed participants. Now I invite Mr. Naveen Kumar, my colleague.
Am I audible, sir?
Sir, you're audible.
A very good evening to one and all. It's my privilege to express our gratitude for the resource person of second day session in the 5-day National Professional Development Program, Dr. Ajay Samalti, University Swayam Coordinator, Assistant Professor from the Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences, HNB Kharagpur University, Srinagar, Uttarakhand, showing the insights about the research skills in writing the journals. The sir has focused on the topics which are essential aspects while drafting a manuscript, which is a very important aspect in doing the research areas, and also various methods where we can just go through the sites and we can get a lot of information about the research. Sir started with the session by 9 characters of Guru, which are essential for the doing the research works and which will help us to be a strong intention to do the things and come in a positive way, which includes our clarity, completeness, logic techniques, sequencing, and which are the basic triads of writing the research papers. And in this flow of action, which involves the critical reading, critical thinking, first drafting and multiple drafting and proofreading, which are the essential aspects. The first way is that we should be honest in writing the papers and should be an effective English while publishing the papers, which will make us to be a very clear and simple. And second aspect is targeting the generals, matrices, which gives a lot of knowledge of papers and enables the research scholars a good scope in the field of research, especially with the good H index as we need to select in this process. Sir also discussed about the basic aspects in writing the skills, choosing the right way, make several drafts, avoid type and language errors, stick writing, reverse and rechecking the journals and addressing them in a proper way. And also way to publish, which will be decided by the various aspects, which includes speed, clarity, impact, choice, expectation, and to which extent it can go. Even the focus of the paper of the journal has an important component of an article where which will give you the authorship for the person who has given the actual contribution in planning, designing, and the complete support in the research area. The SIR also focused on the IMRAD, which elaborates introduction, materials, and the methods, results, discussion, conclusion, and acknowledgement, by which one can focus the area, select the appropriate statistical methods, and the data related to the concerned fields, discussing the results with the clarity and be critical should not be the bias, and the conclusion should be specific, and it should be concise, and of course the references which we need to stick in formatting and style as prescribed by the journal. Thank you very much, sir, for giving a lot of information to our research scholars and making this session a very success. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Pranam, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपका. Heartful thanks.
Thank you, sir. Once again, Ajay Simaldi, sir, on behalf of both Mathematics Department of Auxilium College and LFDC, we are proud to have such a person in our midst, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you once again.
Thank you.
All participants, please enable camera for a photograph. I request all participants, please enable cameras for a photograph. So we'll post the feedback link within a minute. So please fill the feedback link. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Ajay Simaldi.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. I request all participants, please fill the feedback, which will be posted in the chat box. Naveen, sir.
Yeah, already I posted the feedback, sir.
Please fill the feedback form. I request all the participants, please fill the feedback form. And we will meet again tomorrow with another excellent resource person who will enrich us with our knowledge. Thank you once again. Please fill the feedback form and you can.
I'm sure about the